Hello, I'm the Irish guy, and right. So, from reading the comments lately, most people out there just think that I'm some cranky, bitter ogre who spends half the day yelling at clouds, that I'm someone who regularly beats up children on the playground, and who often throws buckets of dog piss at the postman.
Oh, the Irish guy is so negative about every single transfer. Oh, calm down, mate.
Okay, well today, let's do a video of positivity and rainbows, alright? Fine, if you want Tim Lovejoy mixed in with Winnie the Pooh, then fine. I'm not going to tell you that a certain transfer has ruined somebody's life. I'm not about to tell you that any particular footballer should arguably be forced to drink milk from a pig. No, today, I might as well start off this video by applauding Chelsea. I will touch on Darwin Nunez in a minute, but first off, this is a club we're about to sign Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli in a £33 million deal. And to me, this is a great transfer. See, I can be nice. I mean, this has been a man who's been linked to the Premier League for years. But clearly the Napoli president must have emailed potential suitors that if he catches them lurking near his prize centre back, he'll have the Sicilian mafia sending them a suitcase filled with the limbs of their mum. Napoli have been adamant for years that Koulibaly is going nowhere. A bit like that possessive wife who won't let her husband go down the shops for fear that he'll probably shove his knob in a cauliflower. I fully believed we would never see Koulibaly in the Premier League. I thought this is a guy who would go to his grave with the closest he ever came to an English move when he nearly wound up at Norwich in 2015. I mean, can you imagine if he'd gone to Coward Road? I'm sorry, moving to Norwich. Unless he was planning on marrying his cousin without an issue, then this man had no business moving to that town. What? To go and lose every week playing under Alex Neil. Someone about as inspirational as eating your porridge out of a shoe. I mean, he's the current boss of Sunderland and done well, yes. But still, I would imagine, listening to him speak for longer than an hour would probably cause your brain to seep out your nose. But Chelsea had lost a man mountain of a centre half in Antonio Rudiger. Andreas Christensen is also dished out for Barcelona. I mean, I'm guessing that means Eric Garcia is now old news and is probably spending this summer just depressed on a beach in Mykonos, just angrily kicking over children's sandcastles and crying into his towel. So Chelsea needed a centre half replacement, and this is the man they've been trying to buy for 6 years. I mean, this is like when Man United got their hands on Rafa Varane last summer. You know, a full 10 years after their first bid. I'm sorry, this is like courting a girl in secondary school. And back when you're 16, oh, she looks at you as if you're about as handsome as the Grinch, and she tells you she would sooner eat her dad's armpit hair for lunch than ever go on a date with you. But years down the line, oh, once she gets about 7 wrinkles and looks a bit like a witch, oh, then she finally agrees to go to Burger King. So Koulibaly, he's a monster centre half, an absolutely wonderful footballer. See, I mean, I can't find a single problem with this deal. So, are you happy now? I mean, to be fair, I don't know what his middle name is, but I really hope it's not Kevin. Christ love, with those initials, that's the last thing Chelsea need on their payroll. But this is a top defender. I mean, this is not Man United should have signed instead of Harry Maguire. But no, they chose to instead spend £80 million on a walking, talking fridge. Someone who's about as good at kicking a football as Oprah Winfrey. But look, are you happy now? Koulibaly is a brilliant signing for Chelsea, no complaints. I'm not trying to urinate at anyone's parade. I'm not waving around like Grim Reaper's stick. I think this man, just like Raheem Sterling, is an absolutely monster signing for Chelsea. I mean, Napoli have turned down €100 million bids for this guy. So getting it for just £33 million. That's less than what you paid for Danny Drinkwater 5 years ago. Sticking him alongside Cesar Azpilicueta and Thiago Silva in the centre of defence. I mean, those three have a combined age of 100. That back three is a century old and with a combined 2,096 games in professional football. I mean, that is experience. I mean, poor old Trevor Chalobah. Yeah, he is 23. I mean, he's a fully grown adult, right? A guy who's been legally able to drink vodka, smoke and vote for 5 years now, and yet still, in the company of the 3 wise men, oh, he'll be like a little boy too scared to put his hand up at the back of the class. I mean, these three have a wealth of experience. This guy, by comparison, might as well be the work experience nerd. Honestly, how intimidating must it be for him? I mean, at lunchtime, he'll probably be so scared of these guys, he'll probably choose to eat his sandwiches in the car. But moving on, and Darwin Nunez is a big money, massive flop, right?
Darwin Nunez is a flop. We've been robbed. Sell him back to Benfica.
A £60 million donkey, right? Just the modern reincarnation of Andy Carroll. I mean, within a year, we'll soon see him load out to West Ham, where he'll continue to show the grace of a donkey roller skates, right? That is the garbage myth being peddled out there on Twitter. I mean, Manchester United just beat Liverpool 4-0 in the pre-season, and Nunez smashed an easy chance into the crowd. I mean, Mo Salah curled one onto the post, and Nunez should have gobbled it up like an elite big money centre forward, but instead leans back and scuffs it into space. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure where the ball went. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it just smashed smashed some plumber from Bangkok in the nose. Ah well, a nice little souvenir to sell on eBay, right? Liverpool stuck a thing up on Twitter, basically saying that Nunez had been given an incredible reception by the fans. Nunez personally responded with this emoji, and This was the response.
Enqueria better than you. You will regret of joining Liverpool, not Man United. Why are you on social media after a shocking performance last night, Darwin Nunez?
Darwin Nunez.
Learn to finish. Do better, mate. It just isn't good enough. This flop is no shame. You are terrible. You are finished. Get better, Brew. Not impressed at the moment.
I mean, this is just the replies to his posts. I mean, wade even deeper into the murky Twitter waters. And again, it's been like wading into a sewer filled with Susan Boyle's poo.
Flop of the year. Man, you need a lot of work. You lost it, pal. You don't have a pal. Gives off Andy Carroll vibes, to be fair. Focus on what, loser? They said the cameraman has more shots on target than you this season.
More shots on target than you this season. It's July the 13th? By the way, if you're new here, just slap that big fat red button. Trying to get to 150k. That will be an incredible milestone for all of us. So if you're new here and you want to join the journey, just hit that red button. Absolute legends. Anyway, back into the video. Everybody hates Darwin, or at least everybody on the internet. This man is such an early target, but why? I mean, I don't get it. Why does everyone want him to fail? Is it because he's got a hipster man butt? Is it because he looks like he probably wears high heels in the loo? I mean, I don't get it. I don't think I've ever remembered a newcomer arriving in the Premier League and already has so many people wanting him to fail. Such hostility. What a way to make him feel welcome. I mean, it's like being invited to one of the Queen's parties and then within 20 minutes of you arriving, you have Prince William trying to flush her head down the loo. Yeah, he missed a chance. The sun might have been in his eyes. I mean, he was in Thailand. Does anybody know the Thailand heat? I mean, I saw the Fat One sweat patches in The Hangover 2, and that was enough for me to get the gist. I mean, he might also be unfit. No, I know he's unfit. All of them are. They're just coming back from their summer holidays. They haven't played football for over a month. I mean, lads, I was sick for 2 weeks in June. I came back to football last week after 2 weeks off, and honestly, running around, it felt like there was a cat eating my stomach from the inside out. Pre-season means absolutely nothing. I mean, 3 years ago, Liverpool were in crisis, right? They went to America and played against Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla, Sporting Lisbon, and Napoli. They didn't win any, lost 3, conceded 10. If you wanted to draw conclusions from those games, you'd agree that Liverpool's defence was absolute wet pigeon sick. The club were an absolute freefall, right? Yeah, no. They then went and won the league with 99 points. I mean, back in 2018, this was a club who couldn't even score against Bury, a team which now don't even exist. But, I mean, the next season, Liverpool were winning the Champions League. Yes, Man United won 4-0. Yes, they were 3-0 up after half an hour, with the likes of Jadon Sancho and Anthony Martial running riot. But it was against children. It was effectively a fairly strong and senior 11 by Man United playing against Isaac Mabia, a guy born a whole month after Wayne Rooney signed for Man United. He's essentially a walking fetus. I mean, there was Nathaniel Phillips at the heart of the defence, someone who clearly belongs at Bournemouth. I mean, come on. Phillips was like Liverpool's lockdown thing. I mean, we all did strange things during lockdown. I mean, I started playing chess with my cat, lifting milk cartons as makeshift weights. Oh yeah, and trying to see if I could microwave 3-week-old Weetabix. I mean, you probably all started wigging out too. I mean, don't lie, it was like suffering from cabin fever. You probably all started showering in the sink, brushing your teeth with a sock, and doing staring contests with the dog. I mean, there was one day I ate a lasagna in the bath. I think that was my rock bottom. There are some things which should just be a lockdown thing. What happens in lockdown stays in lockdown. Whether that's doing squats to Joe Wicks or giving a contract to Ben Davies. And Nathaniel Phillips, just like standing in the street at 6 p.m, hitting your teapot with a spoon, he was very much a lockdown thing. I mean, he did a good job there, but Christ above, he is not the standard Liverpool FC. I mean, who else was on the pitch? Tyler Morton, again, just a 19-year-old child. And Luke Chambers, a 17-year-old left-back who doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Lads, I know people with Wikipedia pages. I mean, I used to play football with Podge Collins as a boy. I mean, most of you won't have a clue who that is. I mean, you probably think that Podge is a type of vegan porridge, right? Yeah, that's his actual name. And he has a Wikipedia page. I mean, his real name is Porrick, but I won't even try and bring you down that minefield. You'll just tell me there's too many vowels. But yeah, even he has a Wikipedia page and he works at a bank. And yeah, Liverpool's left back does not. So what does that tell you? I mean, Fabio Carvalho and Harvey Elliott also started the game. Two absolute shining lights in the field, yes, but put their ages together and they're still both younger than Ben Foster. Pre-season is pre-season. Why do you think they were playing against each other in Thailand? I mean, if pre-season is all about fitness, why drag two English clubs to the other side of the planet, right? I will tell you why. To generate interest and sell shirts. That's what pre-season is now. Playing in sweltering hot conditions to get more fans and sell more merch. Honestly, the reason that both these clubs are over there, is it about results? Is it about scoring goals? No, it's just so the chairman can sell a few more lunchboxes in Asia with either Salah or Ronaldo's ugly mug on the front. Wait, did I just say Ronaldo had an ugly mug? Me? But you cannot write Darwin Nunez off after one pre-season match. No, I mean, you've got the whole of Twitter talking about him like he's some useless immobile washing machine. This is just Emil Heskey with a ponytail, right? No, calm down everyone, okay? I think Darwin is going to be a good, solid centre forward for Liverpool. He'll score some goals, he'll be a top player, but writing him off after this, just... what? Anyways, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe as always. I'll talk to you in a while.